I am the Word. This is video 2 in a 3-part series. Wise teachers suggest we know ourselves. The word know is a very powerful word with 5 hidden meanings of words from one word. Example, remove the K letter at the beginning of the word know, and what do we have? Now. Now, turn now backwards, and we have the word one, W-O-N. Rearrange the letter in one, W-O-N, to become O-W-N, own. And then remove the letter W, and we have on. O-N, we're turned on. So the hidden meaning of how to K-now, know, is to create consciously with awareness and powerful energy, as it is knowing and creating in the powerful now, the present. To know is to never mislead ourselves, because it comes from a heartfelt feeling that we just know to be our own truth. And once we experience something that was unknown to us, previous to it being unknown, we then just know it. We own it. So since a young girl, I have known we have an aura, an astro-emotional body, and a mental causal body, beside our physical. But we also have something else. We have a double, a body of light, which is a vital body, an etheric body. That's between our physical body and astro-emotional body. And this body is very important. Scientists, as I've said before, are aware of it, and certain natural health practices that have been in existence for a very long time. So in this sequel to video 1, I will continue sharing what I understand regarding the unfoldment of etheric consciousness. And that's why I titled it, I Am the Word. So not only is everything created with a perfect vital pattern, that vital body can hold a pattern of a body part that has been removed. So this has been scientifically photographed. So think about this fact and the options that it offers to an advanced student of metaphysics. The etheric body, whether it's a rock, plant, animal, or human, and even an inanimate object, is an exact replica of its denser counterpart. It is the mold of the physical body. It is a web or network of fine interlacing channels which reacts on dense matter. Now, I've mentioned this, I'm sure, in one of my books, that I have witnessed this body repeatedly, whether a person is standing outside in bright sunlight, or whether inside and the lights are turned off, or it's just normal lighting. It can be seen under any circumstances. And one of the most amusing times was when a friend of mine was sitting in front of a full-length living room mirror, and I was talking to her, and all of a sudden I saw her etheric body looking just like her, sitting next to her. But the interesting point was seeing both her etheric body in the mirror and her physical body. And so there she was, which is, I find fascinating. So and we were just talking. So you can imagine what happens when we meditate and concentrate and expend our consciousness to a certain point. We're then able to access the subtler planes and go beyond the dividing web of physicality. Now, most humans have what I would call etheric congestion, which leads to many forms of disease and mental illnesses. And that's the main reason I'm mentioning this subject, because remember, the etheric body is physical matter. And the etheric body is composed of all these force currents, and it's vitalized and controlled by thought, emotions, and whether or not we bring it into full functioning activity. So how can we bring it into its fullness? How can we activate it? Well, we need to seriously begin to use right thinking and right choices. And there's some of us on the planet right now who have as one of our principal objects of endeavor is to stimulate and purify and coordinate the etheric body. And when we succeed, it transforms, it heals, and youthifies the physical form. I would think that alone would be an appeal to a lot of people. So for you to be an accomplished transmitter of energy, you need to thoroughly understand etheric consciousness, its effective nature. And most of the diseases that the physical body suffers from have their roots in the etheric body. And there are few, if any, purely physical diseases. To tell you the truth, they're mainly, like I said, have their roots in the etheric body, and eventually they'll show up in our physical body. So the disease has its source not only in the etheric, but also in the astro-emotional. The etheric emanations of people can actually be great contaminators, and in the purification of the etheric body lies the secret to our being balanced in our energy centers and a saner humanity. Now, instead of the personality being a transmitter of corrupted energy, as it often is, the etheric body becomes the transmitter of intelligent light energy. Now, that sounds good. So we're gathered here. You're listening. You chose to listen. And if you take to heart what I'm saying, you can revitalize your etheric body through the calling on what is referred to as a glorious light. This glorious light was used in the ancient healing temples of Egypt and later in India and Tibet. It's often referred to as the golden light, which represents Mother and the divine principle. And the divine feminine is the creative energy. So I would like you to understand that the etheric vital body actually is your most important apparatus. It will produce the right functioning of the five senses, and actually the sixth sense, your psychic. And you'll be able to correctly register with sensitivity the subtler worlds. And as you evolve and energize and control your mind and actions, you will be allowing your higher self to be more fully alive as a conscious being. And the good part is the spiritual realms will be available in a far grander way. So this is a vast subject, but the important point is for you to be clear in your understanding that you can take control of your health on all levels, which of course ties in with your 7 major centers and the need to balance them. We are still evolving as a species. I believe, I know it, we can be perfectly healthy and actually use our etheric body to create a vibrant wholeness and achieve that omniscience which is actually the birthright of all the created souls. And when a few of us succeed, we help bring the creative consciousness of the Mother into our lives consciously, right here on Earth. And we invite the energy to move through creation according to the need of time and place. And we, through our love and desire, enable the divine principle to add its power and creative presence to the evolution of the human being. Doesn't that make you feel good? That you're not only helping yourself, you're lifting humanity as well, and nature. Now, to have a strong and beautiful energy manifest in our world, we need to be balanced, obviously. We need to be orderly and maintain a physical body that is competent, that can support the glorious golden light. In other words, the idea is to have the radiant light work through our physical, mental, and emotional vehicles. If we ignore and don't carefully take charge of the physical, making it strong and beautiful and powerful, how can the new light, which is power, be accepted in the body? It only makes sense. The body must be able to bear it and carry out the intuitive promptings we will receive from our connectiveness and love. As I said, this is not a new teaching. It's been around for many thousands of years. So the intention is to give shape, a concrete and physical form, an earthly body to the hidden divine light. So do keep in mind that to create a perfect body is not the end all. The mind and emotions must also be beautiful and balanced. And the mind must be cleared and purified, and consciousness elevated so it both seeks and recognizes the glorious golden light. We receive it through the mind and the heart, and dynamically through our subtle body, the vital energy. We must see and recognize it, love, and be devoted to it. So hopefully, through my simple introduction here in video 2 to the importance of your etheric vital body, you will consciously consider and work to achieve blessings and balance, and in so doing, develop and maintain a healthy and stabilized physical body. May you have a sunlit day.